It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of the Best of Bias podcast starring yours truly. You know who it is. You know what time it is. It's Lydell Dienro in the building, episode 259. Best of Bias podcast season 4. Welcome back, everybody. It's time to talk some shit, man. Some good shit, not bad shit, good shit. But it's shit all, it's going to be shit everywhere. Sorry you two for cussing so early in the pod, but just gotta let the people know what the hell is going on around here. You know what I'm saying? It's the weekend. We made it another week. We are here. Everybody, we made it. Thank you guys for being here today. You could have clicked on any podcast in the world. You clicked on the Best of Bias podcast. You know where you want to be for the best sports bias, pop culture, and cinema corner bias. You know what I'm saying? Everything you want to hear in pop culture today. You know this is where you come to get it all. So thank you guys for being here. Hopefully you guys had a good week. I know these weeks have been crazy. Summer is ending. We're getting into the fall times. The leaves is changing. The weather is changing. You know what I'm saying? We bringing the sweaters out. Me personally, I bought hella hoodies over the summer. I don't know why. I guess they were cheaper during the summer because they know nobody's going to wear them. But it's time to break them out now. Not planning to break out every single one of them bitches. You know what I'm saying? I can't wear them on the pod because, I'll be sweating and shit. But hopefully everybody out there is adjusting well with the weather as well. Hope you got a smile on your face today. You were able to smile, laugh. You know what I'm saying? Talk to somebody that made you feel good today. If not, let me be that guy for y'all. I can do it for you. Let me hear you say best of bias. Best of bias. I said best of bias. Say the best of bias. Welcome. We here today. That's a little sample for what I got for y'all coming in the fall, a little summer, maybe doing a little Christmas time out. You never know what we doing out here in the Best of Bias. But anyways, welcome y'all. I keep pointing to y'all because I want you guys to know I'm talking to you right there. Hope you guys are ready for some bias. We had some NFL talk this week. WNBA playoff update, fantasy football update, a little bit of cinema corner. Like I told you guys, it's going to be really sports heavy in the next, the coming episodes unless I break off and talk a little cinema corner, maybe some movie reviews with some people, some guests that I have on this, on the pod. But a lot of the times, especially right now when we're in the crux of NFL, NBA is getting ready to start. We're in baseball playoffs. It's going to be a lot of sports talk. I'll try to keep it versatile for everybody, give everybody a little bit of their bias here and there. But a lot of the pods that come out weekly now, as I try to get them out, are going to be definitely NFL related, definitely fantasy. So I want you guys to know that these are the realms that I delve in a lot of the times, and I want you guys to know I'm following, and I like to help out a little bit in the betting sphere and the fantasy sphere, so I talk a lot about that. Again, pop culture, I will be talking a lot more as stuff starts to happen. I know you guys probably want to talk about all this Cardi B drama, Nicki Minaj drama. They going crazy online right now. I know you want to hear some album reviews. There's some good stuff coming out. The second half of Bryson Tiller's album coming out this weekend. So, I'm going to try to hop back on here and give you guys a little bit more content because I will not be, there will not be a pod next week. We will be traveling a little bit, be outside, and we're going to be, a little distracted. Hopefully, we could, come back with a lot of stories, a lot of, things to relate to you guys, things we've seen, places we've gone, people we met. You know what I'm saying? When you go to vacation, sometimes you can meet people and let them know what you do. Like this pod that I do, and you can meet new friends, have experience to share with the pod, or maybe they'll be on the pod as well. So that's one thing I really want to do, ending this year and starting the next year is be more vocal about what we do here at the Best of Bias podcast. You know what I mean? We've been existing since 2019. I'd like to let you guys know, and you guys already know we've been here for a while, but it don't feel like that. You know what I mean? Some things that I'm trying to get going and the pace that I want to be at right now and the level I feel like I should be at, I'm not quite there yet. And that's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? This is a marathon, not a sprint. And, I'm happy to look back at the groundworks of when this all blows up because I know it will. And look back and see, look, we did it, got it out the mud. We didn't take no handouts. We started at something small, grew into something massive and undeniable. So, I'm excited for that to grow and excited for things like that to happen as well. But I got y'all. I promise. I promise. I know everybody's not into sports like I am. College football, all that kind of stuff. I know y'all ain't really into all that all the time, but I'm going to talk about it for the people that are. You know what I'm saying? My Bias fans that click play every day just to hear this part of the pod. May not even care nothing about pop culture or cinema corner. Don't be watching movies. Don't care about comics or nothing like that. They tune in for the sports and some shit that they want to talk about, get off their chest. So I help them out with that. And again, I apologize to those who aren't really interested in most of the sports. At the end, I will be talking a little bit about cinema corner, what I'm watching, some TV shows, reviews. I said I was going to talk about the Alien finale this week when last week was the finale, unbeknownst to me. So I'll talk a little bit more about how I feel about how it ended. PeaceMaker, we finally got to see the Easter egg everybody was talking about, and the context clues were correct. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Gen V, how I feel about that so far and stuff like that. But firstly, let's get into this NFL. Actually, let's start with fantasy. Because your boy, we won our first game, baby. 1-3. We on the books. Hey, we not in first place. We're in 8th place right now. I'll talk about the standings in a little bit, but brother, I felt like I was never going to win a game. Me and Kyle K-Swag, I know we had to play each other for, who was going to stay in last place and who actually wins a game. I'm sorry I had to do it to you, brother. Thank you, Bo Nix, for coming through for your boy. Thank you so much. Amari and Hampton, Bucky Irving, rest up, brother. Injuries in fantasy this year are just ridiculous. Every first round receiver pretty much isn't doing anything or basically got hurt. Running backs are getting hurt. Quarterbacks are getting hurt. Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, JJ McCaffrey. Like, everybody's going down. Bucky Irving just went down. Mike Evans is down. Linemen going down left and right. Knees. Tyreek Hill's kneecap got twisted up. CeeDee Lamb's out with the ankle. Malik Neighbors with the ACL. He's gone. I lost Malik Neighbors and Bucky Irving in the same week in fantasy. James Conner is gone. James Conner got hurt, and then Trey Benson got hurt the next week. He's on IR. It's wild. It's like we're not gonna have enough people. I mean, a lot of people want to play football, but I don't know if we'll have a lot of starting caliber players on the field that are gonna be able to put a quality product out there, man. All these games with all these flags, multiple flags every game, just because we have no starters. People that are playing have no experience in the pro level. Well, I wouldn't say no experience, practice squad, practice and stuff like that. But when you're not a starter and you don't expect to play unless somebody gets injured, when you're all of a sudden thrown into that fire, you know what I'm saying? Mistakes happen. False starts, illegal man downfield, receiver holdings, receiver offsides. I've seen crazy shit, man. People preach they don't want to play preseason, but you know what I'm saying? These backup players need to get that experience so like when they get opportunities like now, it's just nuts to see players that are stalwarts in the NFL just be useless. You know what I'm saying? I guess everything is not about fantasy. I get it. You're winning games. You can be an AJ Brown in the world, be on a team that's winning games, but it's not going your way, and you complain. I personally I'm starting to feel for those receivers though, because all these quarterbacks that are super trash in the NFL that aren't able to get these receivers the ball that are really, really good. Malik Neighbors, Jefferson, Chase, these guys that are Brian Thomas, these guys that are hella good. If you have a quarterback for multiple years that are not getting you the ball, not showing the success that you guys want to show as a team, when it comes down to your 5th, 6th, 7th year, and you do end up tearing your knee, and it's time for you to, potentially move on, your value is going to go down so much because you got injured playing for this shit team. Like, Russell Wilson throwing Malik Neighbor these moon balls that are not normal for football. You should be playing regular football. Russell Wilson had Malik Neighbors out there playing 3 flags up against 3 DBs every time he threw the ball. You complain about getting the ball, they give you the ball in the worst positions, they force the ball to you, throw you hospital balls, you get hurt. Then you're the bad guy for taking the money you wanted and getting hurt after that. Like, what? No, bro. I wanted this money, so if I did end up getting hurt like this, I'd be good. Like, these quarterbacks, these receivers, running backs, all are putting their name up to these head coach, like attaching their names to these head coaches and quarterbacks. And if these quarterbacks are trash, these head coaches are trash for multiple years, that's multiple years off your career, in a career that you can get hurt at any second. And then once you're hurt, they're not going to pay you the same amount because you're damaged goods. It's all fucked up and convoluted. And we take looks at these players and look down on them for sitting out and taking knees and shit like that. But at the same time, it's a fucked up business that you use and abuse and replace all these players. And then once it's time for the next person to come up, you're like, oh yeah, you should be good because we can find you another one. And if you are good and overachieve, we don't want to pay you early because you don't have to be paid until your 5th year. But if you do want to get paid before, first of all, a rookie contract should not be 5 years. That is nuts. I say a rookie contract should be 3. Because who knows if that player is going to stay healthy 5 years or even be in the league after 5 years. That's not fair for somebody to have to be good for 5 whole years, super producing for you to consider giving people money. That's fucked up. Especially if they're winning games and performing hella at rookie year, sophomore year, not sophomore year, 2nd year in the league, 3rd year in the league. If you're doing amazing by your 3rd year in the league, they should automatically have to re-sign you or extend your contract if you want to be there. If you don't want to be there, I get it. Play out your 5 and then find somewhere else to go. But if this player is playing amazing, pay the player because this shit starts happening. Anyways, I say all that to say, a lot of people in the league this week had to make do with the teams they had. Waiver wire is not looking good this year. People were getting smart, stacking their teams with multiple players at multiple positions, quarterbacks, defenses, because defenses, kickers this year, quarterbacks that stay healthy are going to be really valuable. Receivers and running backs are getting hurt and fucking teams over. If your strategy wasn't going running back at the beginning, taking the best running backs possible, those receivers that you took at the beginning to try to go with that strategy, like I said, are just kind of fucking you over. Ladd McConkey, nothing. Those running backs, though, in this 2nd round also have been kind of fucking you over. Derrick Henry, with Lamar with the hamstring, we're going to see if the boxes aren't stacked to where Derrick Henry can actually get something going. Chase Brown has been bad. Josh Jacobs has been okay. Jonathan Taylor has been a godsend. A-Chain has been amazing. Bucky has been amazing. You know what I'm saying? These 2nd round running backs have been good. 1st round running backs, A-Chain, Gibbs, Bijan. So, I mean, that goes to show for the future, maybe running back is a smart play because these receivers have too many variables for them to have to be good and be worth that number 1 or that top spot. See, Chase owners right now, everybody was clamoring about Chase, and I bet now people are like, what the fuck? It's probably not for the best. You know what I mean? Jake Browning is ass with the unforeseen turf toe Joe Burrow 3-month injury he has, man. It's just crazy. But anyways, I finally won against K-Swag. I was the 18. I won 125-109. Cam's Catering lost 68 points, brother. He had Lamar Jackson for sure. 68 points to 152. Hot Boys did win. John's getting a little steam going. 5th place. Well, he was in 5th place at the time. 9th place, Sean's championship team, beat Primetime Pope 158-130. Primetime Pope was in 7th place. Jordan Love Island won against Jet 2 Holiday 146-119. Jet 2 Holiday was in 3rd place. 4th place, Josh Darnett won 146 versus the 11th place CD's Nuts 146-100. And then Armpit was able to beat Shenanigans, the 6th place Armpit won 134 against the 2nd place Shenanigans 134-128. So with that, the standings are now Jordan Love Island Yancey in 1st place at 3-1, Shenanigans in 2nd place at 3-1, Jet 2 Holiday in 3rd place at 3-1, Josh Darnett 4th place at 3-1, Hot Boys 5th place at 3-1, 6th place is Armpit at 3-1. So 6 3-1 teams right now in the Best of Bias Invitational. But that's how I like it. Keep all these teams close, really close together, so that if I start winning my games, I win slowly, and people start to lose, I move closer to the pack. 7th place, we have a 2-2 team sitting there by itself at 2-2. But then we drop into the 1-3. We have 4 1-3 teams. I'm in 8th place at 1-3. 9th place, we have Sean's championship team at 1-3. Cam's Catering is in 10th place at 1-3. CD's Nuts is in 11th at 1-3. And then K-Swag is bringing in the rear, pause, at 0-4. But I mean, again, there's 14 weeks, a lot of games to be played. Things can be changed. It's just these injuries, man. We have to figure this out. I don't know if it's the grass that we need, that turf shit that people be talking about is real. MetLife itself is taking a whole bunch of knees and 8 Achilles tendons, and we need to worry about that, man. These owners sit in the booths worrying about the product, talking hella shit about who's good and who's not, who can stay on the field, who can I pay and who to not pay. But we should be worrying about health a lot more. Like, any ways that could help to get these hamstring, these soft tissue injuries a little less frequent. Anything you guys can do to make that better, you should take those steps. Grass may be a little more expensive than the turf, but these teams are making so much money. These stadiums are making so much money. Go ahead and spend a little bit more money to get the product right, keep the players healthy, keep them healthy longer. The impact will be way better than that a little bit of change that you have to cough up to go from turf to grass. I also think this may cost a little bit more, but I also think everybody should be playing in domes. You get a whole bunch of money. I feel like every field eventually is going to get ripped up and another one's going to be built. So I feel like while you're doing that, might as well make them all domes. You're taking the taxpayers' money for that shit anyways. And if anything, something like this, taxpayers are willing to pay for, especially if they have a lot of pride for their teams, like the Bills of the world, they're doing that. Just so, the elements. You want people to pay to come to the games. You don't want these lightning delays. You want people to be safe at the games and keep coming and actually be able to see the game no matter what. No, none of these thunder delays that mess up TV scheduling and all that shit. If you take the money that you're getting, you don't have to do it this year, do it next year. You know what I'm saying? The league has been around for what, 53, 54 seasons at this point, give or take. So by this time, use that money, owners. Even though the least wealthy owner got a little bit of money. You saw what the Raiders did. I don't know if they're the most wealthy owners, but you saw what they did in Vegas. There's a lot of money in Vegas, but you know what I'm saying? Anyways, but yeah, prayers out to everybody with all the injuries, man. Hope you guys get better. Best of Bias Invitational, guys. Hope everything goes good for y'all. Not too good. So I'm trying to sneak up in there and get at least third place before the end of the year. I do want one of those buys, so first and second place would be good. But my team, man, losing Bucky, I'm having to start. I have Rashad White as well, but I think I'm going to start Jordan Mason against the Browns defense. Their defense is really good, and the Vikings offensive line is terrible, so it's going to be kind of sketchy for me. My receivers, since I lost Neighbors, are Jacoby Myers and Cortland Sutton, man. So I'm sitting there wishing on a prayer, hoping that they can do something. Every week, Jacoby Myers is projected like 16 points. Geno Smith is ass, throws 17 interceptions. Hyper trying to target Jacoby Myers. I respect it, but throw it to him to where he can catch it. Don't throw it in he's being covered by 7 different dudes and you throw it to the other team every fucking time, dog. Get your shit together, dog. You're supposed to be better than the quarterbacks they had last year. Let's get your shit right. And then I'm trying this strategy. I'm starting Tyler Warren and McBride, tight ends in the flex, but I have the top 2 tight ends. I can't just keep Warren on the bench and keep starting niggas that give me 10 points and 11 points when Warren is the number 1 receiver on the Colts, getting all these carries, getting goal line carries. Like, nah, I have to start him. So I have to try something. I'm streaming defenses. I had the Chargers defense, but I just don't trust them right now. I picked up Arizona, and it looks like I'm going to be streaming defenses all season. Defenses and kickers. We're just going to have to get it out the mud, man. And I'll keep you guys updated. And I know these times seem bad right now. I'm 1-3. But each week, as somebody gets hurt, I'm not wishing on nobody's downfall, but everybody gets hurt. So it could look like I'm going to lose, but hey, bruh, any given Sunday. And after I won that first game, we back on track. So anything can happen. Again, if you want to get on here and plead your case, Best of Bias Invitational members, we waiting for y'all. I know y'all scared and shit. Y'all scared of being on podcasts. You're scared of the public's opinion of you, yada, yada, yada. And to each his own. You have your right, man. But at this point, it's been like 3 or 4 years and nobody but John, maybe Damo, have been on the pod. So at this point, I kind of take it as disrespect. And in consideration of my feelings, I'm going to move on before I get upset at these motherfuckers. But y'all, hey, you losers. Y'all that want to win I should make it a qualification. If you want to get this belt, you have to be on the pod at least once. Fucking fuckers. All right, I'm going to get off your helmets now because let's move into some NFL. So we just saw week 4, I believe. We just had week 4 in the NFL. I gave you guys some picks that I thought was going to come through and do the damn thing. Some I was wrong about, some I was right about. But the NFL is weird right now, man. All these injuries is shaking everything up, man. You think one thing one week, you see the fucking Falcons beat the Panthers 30-0 and then they lose next week. Or the Panthers beat the Falcons 30-0 and then the next week the Falcons go and beat up on Washington. It's kind of hard to call it, man. The Vikings look good one week, they look terrible the next week. You know what I mean? You never know what's going to happen with the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Packers. Everybody thought they were going to win the championship, and they tie in with the Cowboys. Come on, bro. So it's a little weird this year. You know what I'm saying? Don't fault me for my weird takes. As the year goes on, they'll get a little more accurate as I'm able to weed out what teams are good and which ones are bad and what advice. And I listen every day for fantasy stuff, so I can give you my updates. And I'm there, man. I'm there. I promise you. When Benson got hurt today and was ruled out, or actually got put on IR, I was first to get DeMarcado. I'm there, man. I'm there with it. You know what I'm saying? So listen up. First of all, let's talk about Bad Bunny. Super Bowl this year, Levi, Bad Bunny. Shit's epic. Me personally, I know about Bad Bunny for sure. And I frequent Mexico. I frequent a lot of places in South America and the Caribbean. We know we hear Bad Bunny. I may not understand everything Bad Bunny is saying, but I know what Bad Bunny is meant to do. It gets the people going. You feel me? So I'm excited for Bad Bunny. I know everybody out there is kind of trying to politicize it and be like, oh, Bad Bunny is not American. We shouldn't be here. We should have somebody from America be performing. One, Adele turned it down. Taylor Swift turned it down. But two, Bad Bunny's like one of the top artists in the world internationally. I know even though he doesn't speak English, it's all Spanish. He's from Puerto Rico. By the way, Puerto Rico is a territory of America. So all the people that are saying that he's not American, he shouldn't be performing, or we're going to have ICE pick him up from, like, bro, chill. Puerto Rico is a part of America. So I think we're good there. ICE people saying ICE is going to be outside of Levi picking up people. Bro, just because Bad Bunny is going to be performing at the Super Bowl doesn't mean that a whole bunch of undocumented immigrants are going to be standing right outside of Levi waiting to hear the music so you can just scoop everybody up. And the Super Bowl is pretty goddamn expensive. I'm not really familiar, but I don't really know how tailgating goes at the Super Bowl. I don't know if you can just tailgate and stay in your car and chill for the whole Super Bowl. So I'm sure you don't have to worry about that. And if you're spending a whole bunch of money at the Super Bowl to get, I don't know. I just feel like that's not first of all, get your shit right, get your facts right, get your historical and geographical facts right. And two, just because it's not Post Malone or fucking Jelly Roll, stop trying to hate, bro. I always thought the Super Bowl was supposed to be the most popular acts and just acts that people would want to see, hands down, and have no complaints about seeing, and that can take up 20 minutes and have people that don't even care about football watching. It's all about the viewing dollars. That's all they care about. So for the fact that people are hating so hard, I don't know. People hated Kendrick Lamar last year because it was too black. Now people are going to hate on it because we have a Hispanic or a Latino artist that is going to be up there performing in the world right now, or the U.S. right now has a thing against Latinos and Hispanics due to the situation and the climate in America. It's just so crazy, bro. It's just so crazy. I'm starting, like, also social media as well. I love you, social media. You've done a lot for me and you do a lot for me, but my algorithm right now is just an agenda that is just not for me. Politicized agenda. It's either I see a whole bunch of ICE stuff on there, or I see a whole bunch about the National Guard, or not the National Guard, I think it's National Guard that Trump is sending to the hoods and to agitate black people, or just this video after video of black people doing disturbing things to other people on social media to demonize black people. No matter, it's just weird. It's a weird climate we're in. And I don't mean to take that away from take away from the NFL, and the NFL talk always doing this to politicize it, but we should be happy, and especially when they're big artists, to give them a congratulations to make this stage. And it's only 1 year. Next year it'll be somebody completely different. It won't be a Bad Bunny every year. You know what I mean? So I think the drama and the talking points are just overdoing it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's the championship of the football. It's a mere part of the season, all the way in February. So until then, let's enjoy our sport that we love so much, and just worry about that. And when we get to there, we're celebrating the two teams that are there ultimately, that are going to be winning or playing for the championship. It's not a Bad Bunny concert necessarily. So you can change the channel. You can decide not to watch for 15 and come back and watch your football game. So shout out Bad Bunny. Shout out you. The residency in Puerto Rico was doing numbers. So, the NFL probably saw that, was like, oh yeah, let's get that going, get the streaming rights. And for the people that aren't there, everybody will be watching it on all the channels. It's all good, though. before I got into the scores from last week, I just wanted to let you guys know, even though you probably already heard. But anyway, starting with the Thursday game, it was Seahawks versus Arizona on Thursday Night Football. Seahawks beat the Cardinals in a pretty good game, man. It was a really good game, actually. Kyler Murray had a drive in the last couple minutes to get I think the Cardinals scored, but they may have scored too fast. Seahawks come down, get lucky again, man. Kick a field goal to win. They're able to win 23-20. I think I picked that one right. Steelers defeated Minnesota in the early-ass game in Dublin, Ireland. Hella early 6:30 game. It's going to be another 6:30 game this week. The Steelers were able to win. The Steelers are 3-1 right now. Aaron Rodgers proving a lot of people wrong. That defense is doing good. DJ Metcalf is doing good. Minnesota is just not looking good. Everything they were doing last week when that Carson Wentz was looking amazing, he looks terrible now. The offensive line is terrible. He's just getting sacked every play. Not able to get the ball to Justin Jefferson. Jordan Mason is looking regular behind that line, and I need him to score 2 touchdowns like he did a couple of weeks before, but now he's not doing that. But again, the Steelers were able to win that game, and I got that one wrong because I did not think the Steelers were going to win. I thought the Vikings were going to ride that momentum. Eagles beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home at not the home opener because we played the Jets for the home opener, but this one was crazy, man. The beginning, the Eagles were doing whatever they wanted to our defense. Offense wasn't really doing what we need to do. The Eagles were able to score with ease in the first half, put up a whole bunch of points. I think they put up like 24, 23 points, something like that in the first half, scored off a blocked punt. Special teams for the Bucs are doing terrible right now. I don't understand what it is, but we were doing bad. And then the second half, we actually cut their water off. Our defense adjusted. I just wish that in the first quarter we could shut teams down instead of having to wait to adjust in the second quarter or second half. You know what I mean? And the games wouldn't be as close as they really are. Our linemen, we just got Wirfs back this game. Godwin was back. So we were trying to figure out our offense again. Again, our offense is going to be good regardless. Just once we get it clicking, we're just unstoppable on the offensive side. Egbuka, 77-yard touchdown. Bucky with a 50-yard touchdown pass after losing in successing plays, drives to get us back in the game. Baker's a dog doing this shit. We could have came back. Baker threw an interception off a tip ball in the corner of the end zone. They kind of halted our comeback, lost by 5. Or what was it? We lost, was it 5 or 4? It was 31-25. So we lost by 6. It was an 8-point game, and at the end of the game, they ran to the end zone like a bitch and got a safety, so it made it look less than it really was. But the biggest story there is their offense on the Eagles. Though they're really good at defense, their offense is really unpredictable. They don't use the receivers at all. They just run the ball pretty much with with the Jalen Hurts. Pretty much. Saquon Barkley hasn't really been doing shit this year. It's just been Jalen Hurts getting out of the pocket when contained breaks and him doing whatever he can do, and then tush pushes for touchdowns. You know what I mean? AJ Brown again wants to be out. But I mean, I don't think that can get them through the whole season. You know what I'm saying? The Buccaneers lost. We almost had their number. You know what I'm saying? Vita Vea and everybody stopped that run, shut it off. And again, Benjamin Morrison, Jacob Parrish shutting down the receiving core after Jamel Dean got hurt. We got a little something out there, man. We play the Seahawks this week. Hopefully we can, do a little something better. But I was wrong about this one. Good game. They pulled off a fucking shitty-ass play, though. They were doing a tush push, and you already know how hard the tush push is to stop. They ran a fake out of the tush push where they just pitched it back to Saquon Barkley, and he ran to the corner in the end zone. That should not be allowed. If you're going to do the tush push, do the tush push to see if you can stop it. You should not be able to run fakes off the tush push. If you guys are going to start doing that, then I'm going to start complaining, bro. And I don't want to be a complainer, but y'all niggas is pushing it. Eagles won that game. I was wrong. Patriots beat Carolina 42-13. I was right about that game. Carolina sucks. The Bills beat New Orleans 31-19. I was right about that one. New Orleans sucks. Lions defeated the Browns 34-10. Lions are back on their shit. I thought the Browns defense would be able to slow them down a little bit. But it looks like the Lions are trying to do what they did last year. Show everybody that they deserve to be one of the top seeds like they were last year. And the year before was a fluke. But we've seen it before. You have to show me, Lions, if you really want to, make me think you're good like you guys think you are. We play y'all this year. We'll see what's up. But y'all be showboaty, trying to blow bad teams out, trying to show people what's good. whatever, y'all. They won 34-10. I was right about that. Texans won against the Tennessee Titans, who I guess are terrible. They won 26-0. Texans weren't going to go 0-4. Last week I said they weren't going to go 0-3 and they're going to win for sure, but they tightened up this week and were able to get the win. Giants defeated the Chargers 21-18 in Jackson Dart's first start. Unluckily, they lost neighbors for the season, but Scatterboo, Jackson Dart, Wandell Robinson, Darius Slayton, Singletary. I think they lost Tracy I don't know if he's for the year or for just IR, but they're going to have to hold it down. And Jackson Dart was able to stop the streaking Chargers, won 21-18. And, Dart looked good. He had the swagger about him. We'll see if he's able to carry it on to next week. I was wrong about that one. The Rams beat the Colts. I was right about that one. Me personally, I didn't think the Colts were really an undefeated team. They were just playing teams that didn't have their shit together. Playing the Rams, I thought they were going to have a tougher time. Though the Colts did almost win. The Rams were able to come back, and they're looking good, man. Their defense is looking really good. Puka Nacua, Davante Adams had a hamstring, but Puka is just looking unstoppable. Kyron and Corum, the combination of them two is looking good for the Rams. So they're doing good, man. The Rams did win that game. 27-20. I was right about that one. Jags beat the 49ers. I think I picked the Jags in this one. I just felt like with all injuries to San Francisco and the luck they were winning with the last couple of games, the Jags had a fully healthy team. Liam Cohen with the game plan, and the players they had, I think, could beat that hurt 49ers team, and they ended up doing that. They're even more injured now, lost Ricky Parasol, and they're playing the Rams in LA this week, so on a short week on Thursday, so it's just kind of looking bad for the 49ers right now. Bears beat the Raiders in a crazy game. Again, the Raiders were winning. Genty had a breakout game. Everything was looking good for the Raiders, but Geno Smith wants to throw 1,700 million interceptions. And Caleb, coming off that win against the Cowboys, was confident. Ben Johnson was confident, and they were able to take care of business. Take care of business against the Bears and come back at the end and win. Packers and Cowboys, really crazy game. We thought the Cowboys were going to lose again, especially to the Packers. Micah coming back in Dallas, especially after what happened last week. The Dallas defense is really susceptible to the pass, and we thought Jordan Love was going to be able to go out there and do whatever he wanted. He did at the beginning, but then everything turned for the Cowboys. Cowboys offense was able to score a lot of points, and defense was able to slow the Packers down, stop the run a little bit. Packers did storm back at the end, almost fucked the game up off some time management shit. But they ended up going into overtime, and in overtime, neither team was able to score a touchdown. Both kicked field goals. Cowboys kicked the field goal first, and then the Packers were able to match, but they weren't able to match until the end of overtime. So in NFL regular season, overtime doesn't go into double overtime, so they tie, which is crazy because now I think the Packers are 2-1-1. And the Cowboys have the ugliest record of all time. Is 1-2-1. That is crazy. Falcons defeated Washington 34-27. I can't figure these guys out. They lose to the Panthers, and then they beat the Washington Commanders, who arguably are a better team. No Jaden or McLaurin, but they're better than the Panthers. Without them, I would think. But they lost. Miami got their first win against the New York Jets on Monday Night Football, the first Monday Night Football game. They won 27-21, but they did lose Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was having a great game. It was a statement game, a comeback game. But it just turned out to be a game where Tyreek Hill had to get hurt, man. His kneecap twisted the wrong way. It was a gruesome injury. You saw him cheering on the way out. Me personally, I think he was cheering because he knows he doesn't have to play with Tua no more. He gets to go to another team. The contract's up after this year. And if he makes the full recovery, what I expect him to do, he's the type of player I feel like he can bounce back. Has a lot of speed, get back to where he was. Got injured early in the year, so next year he should be able to come back and play. So, shouts out to him. And, the Dolphins and Mike McDaniel got their first win, see if they can get on a roll. Tua's playing for his job. Mike McDaniel's coaching for his job. So we'll see what happens with Miami. And then other game, Broncos showed out against Cincinnati 28-3. Cincinnati, again, have no quarterback, so they're not going to do shit on offense. Chase Brown is bad. Chase, Higgins, everybody on the team is looking bad because Browning can't get the balls, getting sacked every play. It's looking ugly. Broncos defense is good, and Bo Nix played well, got Portland Sutton the ball. DJ Harvey, J.K. Dobbins, first running back, 100 yards in a while. think Sean Payton's whole career, he's been there for 2 years now. First 100-yard rusher since he's been there. So, yeah, man. It looks like I got 4, 5, 6 wrong out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Out of 16 games, I got 6 wrong. So 10 out of 6, 10 to 6. 10 out of 16. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I got 10 out of 16 right. You know what I'm saying? I know I got a lot wrong, and some of them I'm gonna be biased to the NFC South teams every time, so I'm sorry. If I can win y'all some money, I'll help y'all. Take my advice. If you won't, take it with a grain of salt. And then I promise you guys I know what I'm talking about, but sometimes when it comes to these NFC South teams, just fuck them, even if they celebrate. You know what I mean? So you know what it has to be. And yeah, hopefully, you guys put together a good parlay this week. I'm gonna get to you guys with these week 5 scores and predictions really soon. But first, we're gonna hit a commercial break. Our first commercial break. We're gonna be right back. You guys take a breath. Got a lot more information to get to y'all. Week 5, some WNBA stuff, a little bit of college football, and then we'll do some cinema corner and get you guys up out of here. It's the Best of Bias Podcast. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll be right back. Yeah. And we are back. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for coming back. We got more to talk about, so let's get right into it without further ado. It's episode 259, Best of Bias Podcast Lydell Dienro, season 5. So we got week 5 coming. I want to give you guys my predictions and talk a little about the games that is coming up. Just a real quick run through. You guys know how it goes. I do this to let you guys know who I think is going to win, and somebody or something that some little advice that can help you guys possibly win y'all some money. So that's how I like to pop it. That's how I like to let y'all know about it. So let's get right into it without further ado. So yeah, we have San Francisco playing against the Rams at home. The Rams are at home in LA. Rams favored by 7.5 points. I got the 49. I got the Rams in that game. I completely said the opposite of what I was thinking about. That's kind of crazy. The 49ers are very injured. The Rams are coming off a victory. They're fully healthy. I think they're more prepared for a short week game just because, again, they are at home. And, yeah, I think they're going to smack them, actually. No Purdy, got Mac Jones again. No Parasol. I think you have Juwan Jennings. So, a lot of backups. No people that you already did have. Kittle. Nick Bosa. All that. So, it's going to be a tough game. We'll see what happens. But, again, I just think the Rams are going to win. Browns at Minnesota. I think the Browns will be able to win this game. Minnesota are favored by 4.5 points in Cleveland, but I think the Browns can do it. If their defense can do to the Vikings anything, what happened to the Vikings last week, I think the Browns can come out with the victory because, again, the offense isn't functioning. The offensive line is not there for Minnesota. So if that defensive line of the Browns just get to Carson Wentz, I think that'd be bad news. So I got the Browns. Miami favored by 1.5 in Carolina. I got Miami winning, carrying off that momentum from last week, and I think Mike McDaniels and the Dolphins too will get their second win. Vegas at Indianapolis. Indianapolis favored by 7. I think it'll be a little closer than that, but I do got the Colts winning. Gino has to show me. He has to show me. Daniel Jones keeps going. Jonathan Taylor keeps pushing. The defense has thrown and proven worrisome to better quarterbacks than Geno Smith. So, I don't know. Geno Smith, show me something. Please get Jacoby Myers the ball and not throw a whole bunch of interceptions. That's all I got to say. I got Colts. Giants at New Orleans. I got the Giants. It don't even matter why. You know why. Texans at Baltimore Ravens. I think the Texans defense is good enough, and the Ravens I think the Texans defense is good enough, and the Ravens defense is bad enough that Stroud and Nico Collins trying to get back on track. It's going to be a good get right week for them. Without Lamar Jackson, it's going to be hard for the Ravens to do anything. I don't know if they'll be able to give the ball to Derrick Henry a bunch of times. And Houston will have to stack the box, and I think Houston gets their second win. Broncos at Philly. Philly's favored by 3.5. Denver Broncos have a good defense, so I think all that running bullshit is not going to be able to happen. Patrick Surtain's going to probably shadow AJ Brown, so they're going to have to throw the ball. We'll see what the Eagles are really made of. Hopefully, Bo Nix can get this shit done and move the ball against this Eagles defense, and then hold their offense. Hold the Eagles offense. Maybe they'll get cocky, go for it on short field, on their side of the field, or and you can stop the tush push and get the ball short field, good field position, and get it done. Come on, Bo. Use your legs. Do a little something. I got the Broncos in an upset. Dallas favored by 2.5 against the Jets. I think the Jets can possibly win because the Dallas Cowboys defense is bad enough, but I think the offense of the Dallas is better than the Jets defense. So I think it'll be a shootout just like last week for Dallas. I think Dallas will win this game in New York and cover. Tennessee at the Cardinals. Cardinals losing last week in a heartbreak. Cardinals are favored by 7.5 points this week. Titans do look pretty bad again. So I think I'm going to go with the Cardinals to win this game and bounce back from last week at home. Tampa at Seattle. I got Tampa. I just think we'll be able to make up for our mistakes last week. Their running game is good in Seattle, but we're good at stopping the run. We'll see if Sam Darnold can handle the pressure and the blitz the Bulls going to bring at him. They have Torrey Horton and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Hopefully our defense and our DBs can slow them down. And then offensively, we can move the ball. Bucky may be hurt right now. Hurt his ankle, maybe out a couple of weeks. But Rashad and Sean Tucker should be able to run the ball, having Wirfs back. And, our line being slightly, I wouldn't say healthy, but like healthier. Godwin in another week back with Ekbuka, Tez, Sterling. I think we can do a little something. I think the Seattle Seahawks have been sneaking by the last couple of weeks, and I feel like we're better than the teams that they've played. If our defense can play right and stop them from scoring early, I think we win this game, win in Seattle, go forward, one and show the league that we're something to be reckoned with. And possibly going to be playing with bad money out there in Levi at home out here in the Bay, man. That'll be a dream from true. I got Tampa, of course. Detroit at Cincinnati, favored by 10.5 points. They're going to win and show out again. Hopefully Cincinnati can muster up something. Maybe not because I'm playing Jamar Chase in fantasy, but I hate to see Detroit win, especially since they beat us a couple years in the playoffs. Maybe that's where my hatred really comes from. But yeah, that false confidence that they have every year is so fucking annoying. Somebody knock the block off, please. Washington at the Chargers. I think the Chargers bounce back and win at home. They're favored by 2.5. I think they cover. The Bills are playing New England at home, favored by 8.5 points. I think they win. I think New England's going to be kind of okay with that after winning last week. Big. Chiefs at Jacksonville. I think the Chiefs win again, get on a little mini roll here and kind of solidify their comeback tour and kind of just use a couple of weeks to slap everybody in the face with I told you so's until they actually play somebody. Hopefully they do play somebody before they get Rasheed Rice back. Because I don't want to see them take off and be number one seed. If they go to the playoffs, the Super Bowl again, I'm going to be fucking pissed. Josh Allen, do your thing. Lamar, come back and do your thing. Because that's the only people I can see really stopping it from making a thing. So all the games total. There's a couple of buys this week, so it's not as many as last week. I think the Steelers are on a bye. The Bears are on a bye. The Falcons are on a bye. There's one more team that's on a bye. It doesn't really matter, but it's not as many games as last week. So, again, I got the Rams at home against the 49ers. I got Cleveland at home against Minnesota. I got Dolphins in Carolina against Carolina. I have the Colts at home against Vegas. I have the Giants in New Orleans against New Orleans. I have Houston and Baltimore against the Ravens. I have the Broncos and upset in Philly. I have Arizona winning at home against the Titans. I have Tampa winning in Seattle. I have Detroit winning at Cincinnati. LA Chargers winning at home against the Commanders. The Bills winning at home against the Patriots. And then the Kansas City Chiefs winning in Jacksonville. So do what you will with that information, man. I do what I can to bring that information to you. You can rock with it. You know what I'm saying? If you're winning some money, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my gamblers out there. If you're winning some money, holla at me. Use my advice for a little something. If not, hey, just advice. Don't blame me for putting in wrong parlays. I'm just letting you know what I think and use it at your will to strengthen your parlay, if you will. Just feel free to kick back. If not, no harm, no foul. WNBA, last time I talked to you was the semifinals. Aces versus Fever, Lynx versus Mercury. Since then, Aces did beat the Fever. in the series 3-2. Game 5 was crazy. Last night, she was going ham. Asia Wilson and an injured Fever team surprisingly doing so well with not only Caitlin Clark out, but pretty much damn near the whole team. Kelsey Mitchell getting hurt too in the game. Kind of crazy. But the Aces have just been proven to be way too good. They've been here before, back-to-back champions, 4-time MVP, Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, Haystack, throw it out Bay Area, you know what I'm saying? Always coming up in the clutch. One of the best point guards, big point guards out there, man. She's her size for point guard is kind of crazy. I mean, she's like built like a kind of like a Draymond, but she got handle and she's like points. She's not hella tall. Jackie Young, that being out there just running around as a shooting guard, do everything Asia can do down low. You have Jewel Lloyd. It's just a bunch of people that they kind of got to try to get back to the championship after not being there last year, watching the Lynx and the Liberty play. They re-solidified their team and they coming. Shouts out to the Fever though. Got that first time getting that far in a long time. Next year they'll be back, of course, especially with the squad they have. Shout out Leah Boston, giving it all out there. Be one of the last troopers left to actually, do a little something. But on the other side though, the Phoenix Mercury were able to handle business against the Minnesota Lynx. Me personally, when this team was put together and all the trades happened for Phoenix Mercury, the league changed a lot this year with all the trades and stuff that happened. It kind of felt that if the Lynx didn't win last year, just with Courtney Williams and Nafisa Collier, I don't think that was going to carry you guys back to the championship like it did last year. Last year they played out of their minds and they were able to get to the finals like that. This year, I think Nafisa got hurt too, so that's part of the reason why they lost the way they did. She was injured, but yeah, that Phoenix team with Satu getting there, Alyssa Thomas, Dewana Bonner's there now, Whitcomb at the three, and not at the three, shooting the three, just fearless at the three, pull at any time, hella quick. Then you had Kalia Cooper. She wasn't really. Is it Copper? I say Cooper, but I think it's Copper. But her being injured at the beginning of the season, starting slow, everybody kind of slept on that. She was so good last season, so her coming back this season and getting healthy at the right time, showing out in the playoffs, and having the combination of her scoring ability, Satu's scoring ability, Alyssa's rebounding and scoring, her having a good connection with Dewana, and Dewana being able to defend, it kind of be a Swiss Army knife, Whitcomb shooting. They're going to be a threat. They're going to be a threat. Shout out Asia and everybody for the Aces. I do want to see y'all win before, it's kind of hard, but you know how I feel about Satu. She went to Oregon, the squad, and the squad is nice over there. You know what I'm saying? It's a good mix of players. It's going to be a battle. The finals start for them on October 3rd. So whenever you watch this, the first or maybe the second game probably already been played, but, the format for the WNBA is cool, man. I know they want to get the TV time and everything for the NBA. But those series, like the best of fives and the best of threes, to kind of get the earlier rounds out of the ways, hey, that could be studied, bro. I know you guys want the TV money and the viewership for all the rounds and all the games and stuff like that, but hey, it's pretty nifty, and especially if you want to add in-season tournaments and all that other shit to the season, maybe shorten the playoffs. And I don't know, I don't know. But yeah, I'll talk more about the finals as we get there, but shout out to all the ladies that have been competing. And all the news about the commissioner, man. I don't know if you guys heard. I want to get the commissioner's name, so I can really put it there. Kathy Engelbert. After the exit interviews for the Lynx, because they lost to the Mercury, Nafisa kind of made headlines for a handwritten letter. I think she wrote a letter. Just kind of talking about how the commissioner looks at the players and some comments she made behind the scenes, which is kind of crazy, man. Talking about Caitlin's lucky she makes a whole bunch of money off the court because otherwise, she wouldn't be worth a damn on the court. That's not word for word what it was, but it's something of similar of those lines. She was saying stuff like only sucky players complain about the refs after players make statements about the refereeing, and there's a lot of stuff just about how the commissioner kind of talks bad about the players and is not really fighting for compensation. and just it's not a representative that the NBA players can trust for the betterment of not only the league, but just for the betterment of stuff they're trying to do with the CBA. So I don't know if they're trying to have her ousted, but a lot of the players are standing with Nafisa and a lot of the stuff that she is saying, even current players that are in the playoffs now are standing up and kind of showing support for her. And hey, man, if the league is speaking, people around the league kind of hear about the stuff that's going on with the commissioner and know she's not really worth a damn. The owners should actually get together and clean it up to get the sport right. You know, people stop watching. The ladies are already threatening a lockout. They have their own league. Unrivaled is taking off and more players are committing. The valuation of that, again, went from 35 million to like 350 million in just 1 year. So it's a big threat of the WNBA kind of being brushed to the side and the players just kind of leaving for there. I don't know if that's a conflict of interest, especially when Nafisa's saying these things and she's the founder of Unrivaled with Breonna Stewart. But it's just kind of crazy, man. I think it's about time that they start getting paid. And if Unrivaled is paying these ladies billions of dollars to show out, TV rights are getting bought by TNT and stuff. It's like, man, the WNBA is going to be obsolete after a while. I don't know if the NBA is scared of that with what LeBron and Jokic's manager and stuff are trying to do with the European League. But hey, man, if the compensation, NBA players get paid a lot of money. But there's other stuff they're fighting for. But the ladies' side, they just want more money. They're throwing, CC around, Sabrina around, Asia around on a whole bunch of commercials. All these other businesses are making a bunch of, but paying them a bunch of money to represent them. So shouldn't these leagues and everybody else pay them the same amount? You know what I mean? I don't know. There's money coming somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I know the stats and all the viewership is juiced to what Caitlyn is doing, but now that Caitlyn did bring the eyes, supposedly, people do want to watch these other teams, and people are watching these other teams. The jerseys were selling out for Unrivaled. I couldn't even get my hands on one. You know what I'm saying? So there's money there. I think maybe with a new commissioner, maybe that understands the players a little bit more and that's more accepting of what the players have to say. I think that probably is better for the league. And, big ups to Nafisa for actually standing up and making these statements, because without making these riffs and making headlines, maybe it would have got brushed under the rug and we wouldn't have even heard about it. So shout out to her, and I hope everything goes well for him, because, what I'm saying, WNBA is dope, bro. If you like the NBA, you like sports at all, we're tired of all these sports disappearing and not being valued the same, bro. We're seeing the growing of golf in the world now. We see the growing of WNBA and all these other sports. I see fucking cornhole and bullshit on TV on ESPN, bro. There's money here for our major sports, and let's keep this sport around. I want it to grow. I want to see maybe my future daughter be in the WNBA, be able to play sports and be respected and be paid the same as if I had a son and he wanted to play sports. You know what I mean? Fix that shit, bro. Get her out of there. Get a new commissioner. College football, before we go any further and get into this cinema corner. You already know what it is, baby. You already know what the fuck it is. I told you, Oregon. Let's go into that motherfucking whiteout and show the fuck out, bro. Dante Moore did his thing. He was calm under pressure, bro. Our team, everything we're seeing in the previous weeks against lesser competition, it transitioned. You know what I'm saying? There was some flaws in there. We let them come back, got a little too comfortable after a while, and let them work their way back in to go into that overtime. We shouldn't have had to be that close. We have a young ass team, man, and with this experience, we only get better. True freshman corner, redshirt freshman corner, second year quarterback, first year starting for us. True freshman running back De'Aaron Hill going crazy. Jaden Lamar, it's his first year really getting burned. Noah Whittington, he's cool, but you know what I'm saying? He's always been the third wheel. Jordan James is better than him. Bucky was better than him. They all had to wait their turn. And now Noah Whittington is his turn, but these young bucks that is coming in is good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Davidson is red zone machine. Jay Harris, you might be past your time, bro. You're a senior coming from a JUCO. You had time to get in there, but these young bucks are true freshmen, bro. De'Aaron Hill looks like a monster. He is a monster. You know what I'm saying? These are young boys. Decorian Moore, freshman. You know what I'm saying? We have the sprinkled in veteran receivers, Gary Bryant. Who else? Of course, I talked about my guy Malik Benson coming from Florida State, just making a name for himself and just showing out every week. I wish Evan Stewart was playing, because if we had Evan Stewart with Malik and Decorian Moore, we would be unstoppable right now. but I'm hoping he gets better. Shout out to Malik Hughes for redshirting this year. The transfer from Tulane was supposed to be on Heisman watch. One of the best running backs in the country last year has to redshirt this year because the running backs, a true freshman, is coming in and outplaying him for playing time. It was just amazing. Shout out Coach Dan Lanning for recruiting. The last couple of years, we've been to the pinnacle. Last year, we were undefeated, made the playoffs, beat Ohio State, lost to them in the playoffs. This year, we're trying to do the same, not lose to anybody, though. Take away the losses, of course. But, we're beating the teams we're supposed to beat. We're stacked on positions. The players that are still there, the veteran positions, are proven to be top-end talent. The players behind them are learning behind them, and when it's time for them to play as well, they're doing crazy shit. Mixon, backup, I think he might be even a sophomore linebacker. Clamping shit. At linebacker, 2 interceptions. He might have 1 pick six, so a bunch of tackles for loss in the first 4 games. Of course, we got Bryce Betcher still doing his shit, hawking shit down middle linebacker, doubling as a baseball player. He's just too nice. Too nice, bro. Freshman safeties, freshman cornerbacks everywhere, rotational. Bear Alexander transferring from USC is nasty. I don't know why I thought he came from Baylor, just because Bear, but we did great, bro. Moved up from number 6. I don't know how they didn't move us up after we beat. I think it was Northwestern. Was it Northwestern or was it we beat somebody and we stayed in the same position, if not went down. But now that we beat number 3 Penn State, they move us up to number 2 right behind Ohio State. Ohio State still has to be proven, you know what I'm saying? They won the national championship last year and they're undefeated still now, but they're 3-0. They had a bye they already had a bye. So come out, they have to play Washington this week. Washington is light work. They're not even ranked, but people try to put it up like they're competition. They're Washington, they're undefeated. So they're definitely gonna, be approving, if OSU beats them, then they're I know you played Texas week 1, but that was week 1. We played Penn State week 4. You know what I'm saying? I know Ohio State will play tougher games coming up, but I'm just popping my shit right now. Dante Moore is being talked about as the number 1 draft pick. Everybody's knowing who Dante Moore is now. You know what I'm saying? He's a higher rated prospect, I think, than Bo and Dylan Gabriel. So, hey, Justin Herbert, Justin Herbert, he is what he is. But Dante Moore is going to be another one of the ones that come out of Oregon. Is Oregon QBU right now? We're going to have 4 starting quarterbacks playing in the NFL, or starting this weekend. So, actually, no, Mariota's not starting anymore, so it's back to 3. So, not bad. But, yeah, we in this thing. We have a bye this week, and we play Indiana next week. Shit, I'll be out of town, but I'll be watching. Be watching really closely. Shout out Oregon. Hey, you guys did your shit, man, and I'm proud of y'all. Shout out Dijon was in the building. And all the Oregon fans who were in the building at that whiteout, playing that Mo Bamba song, think he was going to do some shit, bruh. Good shit, y'all. Moving into Cinema Corner, so I can get y'all up out of here. Alien Earth. I described the finale last week. I thought there was going to be one more episode, but I guess that was the end. They set up for a season 2. We don't know what's going to happen. We saw the eyeball alien go into the dude that got killed by Slightly. The alien got on him and he slightly set him up for that. So that guy got reanimated by the eyeball. We'll see what that's able to do. Wendy is taking control. The synths are just kind of going crazy now. Can have kid brains. They've been slighted, so they're trying to get revenge. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I like season 1. Again, Moro's story isn't over. Hatani, we're gonna see what's going on with them. They're about to attack the island. Boy Cavalier is locked up. So we're going to see what happens in season 2. Season 1, there's a lot going on. Again, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. Form that opinion yourself. I liked it, man. It made us think. Again, it had a whole bunch of alternate kind of like meanings and theories and kind of went away from ultimately just being alien. They introduced a whole bunch of different kind of aliens in this, but ultimately, I'm excited where we're going. Hopefully it doesn't take 2-3 years for the next season to come out, but check it out. Again, in PeaceMaker, I talked last time, it was kind of moving slow, but everybody kind of thought that after PeaceMaker didn't fucking find love, find friendship, find meaning in his universe. And after being chased by Rick Flag Sr. and all that, he would just kind of fuck off and go to this alternate universe where he thinks everything is all good. Well, in the most recent episode, Hardcore, Economos, fucking Vigilante, they all go to the alternate universe of how they know how to switch around the things and remembered exactly how Chris was able to transport the dimensional little rift thing to make it move. She remembered that exactly. And they knew exactly where to go to find where the universe that Chris was in was. They remember the code also. We were able to get in the universe. Harcourt was able to catch up to, where the other Harcourt works at Argus. And, I don't know. It's just going to go down. We saw, I'm forgetting what's her daughter's name? Shit. But anyways, the black girl, she ends up in this dimension too. And then right when the people spot her, chase her down. And that's when it was revealed that this place was actually a Nazi universe, a place where the Nazis won the war. And it looks like there's no other minorities there because they're all racist Nazis in this universe. So I think Chris is going to realize this, and try to get, why can I not remember her name? It's going to bug the shit out of me if I don't pull it up on my phone. I gotta look it up now. Hold on one second. Of course, I can't spell right now. What is her name? Adebayo. God damn it. I knew that. So Adebayo pops up in this universe where there's all Nazis there, and then they were like, oh, get her. So they're probably going to have to save Adebayo. Hardcore gets locked up in Argus because she pops up, and the other Hardcore pops up and points her out as an imposter. They know all about the dimensional rift, so it's like, oh, we're not from here, we're from a different dimension. That's not gonna play there because they're just gonna fucking grab you anyways. Rick Flag is alive here, so if the Rick Flag Sr. comes to this dimension and notices his son is there, what's gonna happen in that instance? So I'm excited to see what happens, man. It's gonna be an interesting, very, very, very interesting last 4 episodes. James Gunn said that's the connector to Superman. It's gonna be dope, so I'm excited to see that. So hold on tight for that. Marvel Zombies was good, man. I liked it. It wasn't all that in a bag of chips like everybody kind of said it was gonna be or said it was. It was cool. Me personally, I don't really like Miss Marvel that much. Them changing her powers to me was kind of corny. They should have just let her extend and keep her stretching powers like she had before. We know you're trying to push Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic's coming, and he's gonna be stretching and stuff like that. And you don't want her to have the same powers as him, but this whole band shit and the glowy projectile things, that's corny, bro. I love Blade Knight. You know what I'm saying? Makes them 2 of my favorite characters you're never gonna miss. I think they just did that purposely for me to keep me happy about them delaying the movie and canceling Moon Knight season 2. It was cool. I think it would have been cooler still in a comic book, man, because again, seeing all these zombified Avengers attacking them, but still having the brain power to use their powers, seeing Thanos with the gauntlet, all that kind of shit. I don't know. I think it was cooler in the comic. I don't think the show was bad. I'm always down for some animation, especially if it's kind of Elseworlds, kind of Easter eggy, and kind of you can point out shit like that's cool. I love What If, you know what I'm saying? That was cool, but zombies, I'd rather see, again, this goes with the trope for me. I don't like to see these Marvel Avenger guys fight each other. We have these Avengers, we have these characters put in place because we don't see them fight people from their realms. In comic books, we see them fighting people in their realms and in their, whatever their worlds are, street level, cosmic, or whatever. In these movies, I don't want to see them fight each other and win by the power of friendship and this and that. It was cool because they cussed and some people died and it was gory, but I don't know. I think it was kind of overblown. Shout out to everybody who did like it. Again, characters from What If being in it was dope. hearing the voice actors of the actual actors for a lot of the characters was dope. The Easter eggs and stuff was cool. The ending, though, I haven't read the comic, so maybe if that's how it ends in the comic, cool. But us being left at a cliffhanger and implying that there's more when I don't think there should be more, and if there was supposed to be more, you should have dropped it all at the same time. And again, everybody dying. Spoiler alert! It's kind of interesting. And if they're gonna die, show her dying. Don't let us think that she's under mind control by Wanda, and we have no other. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it again. Maybe I didn't watch it and give it a thorough enough watch to enjoy it for what it was. But I think Eyes of Wakanda was better personally. You know what I'm saying? Just because story wise, I don't know. I feel like we saw a lot of characters in Zombies that weren't even really real characters, but were characters from What If. But I want to see MCU stuff. I want to see stuff, connective tissue. I don't want these one-off things that are not going to matter, special presentations that we're not going to ever see again. Stop trying to, hit us with a sleight of hand. What are you going to do to connect Phase 5 to Phase 6? What are we doing with Loki? How are we connecting and moving this shit on with Deadpool and all these guys? What's Doomsday going to be about? I'm not taking anything from this zombie stuff. And it's cute, it's cool. It's a cool little side project, but show me this MCU stuff because, Superman was good, like I said, and everything that's supposed to be happening for the DCU sounds like it's going to be epic. Their animated stuff is probably going to be epic. This was cool, but it was basically a long 4-episode What If. It was good in time for Halloween and stuff, and it gets us back in the good graces because you're feeding us a little bit, but we're still waiting for it. We didn't forget about Fantastic Four, how it dropped off after the second one. We didn't forget about how Thunderbolts was the best movie ever. It just kind of disappeared. So we still looking and watching. Marvel Zombies was cool, but we still got our eye on you. You know what I'm saying? It's on Disney Plus now. Check it out. I'm not slighting it at all. Check it out. I promise you'll enjoy it, but we still watching. But speaking of what we still watching, what I'm watching right now, so if you guys want something on the side to watch that I'm not necessarily going to review, kind of like episodically like I did there, maybe I'll get and talk about some finales for some of these. But some good shit. The Lowdown on FX with Ethan Hawke. That's his name, right? Ethan Hawke. A really good show about this book, or this writer owns a bookstore. These writers always follow on the story, get themselves into some shit. So that's a good show on FX. Watch it. I told you guys about Task on HBO Max with Mark Ruffalo, FBI shit, people robbing drug dealer shit, getting to shenanigans. Check it out. It's on HBO Max now. I'm going to talk about that when the finale comes on too, because I'm still trying to get a grasp of what this show is about too. See if I can it's really good so far, but it's kind of slowing down after the first 2 episodes. So I'm trying to kind of still get a better grasp of it, and I'll review that when it's over for you guys as well. Survivor is starting again. If you guys are Survivor watchers, Challenge is still on right now as well on MTV. The Survivor just started to get into this season. I think it's season 43 on Paramount Plus and CBS. Abbott Elementary is back today. Shout out Abbott Elementary, the whole crew, Quinta, everybody out there. And I think Play Dirty, a movie just dropped. Mark Wahlberg on Amazon Prime too. If you guys are looking to watch some action flick. It's not the greatest movie in the world, but some of these action flicks are enjoyable. If you need something to watch, just throw on. But there's some good stuff, man. And of course, there's movies coming. There's theater. I haven't seen the new Leo movie yet. I need to go see that this weekend. That The Rock movie is coming out this weekend. The Smash Machine. There's a lot of stuff coming out, and I'm behind. I haven't seen The Long Walk, so I have to go see a couple of movies, maybe illegally stream some and get some reviews out for y'all, get some people on here. But as far as this pod today, this is the end of the podcast. Where I'd like to let them know where you can find me as SAC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. For the podcast, you can find us anywhere you find your favorite podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, of course, aka puts us in a whole bunch of videos, puts us in crazy position to be right in front of y'all every week. So I appreciate that all the time, and I appreciate y'all clicking play every time. Hit that bell. Like, subscribe so you don't miss a video. Comment down there. Let us know what we should add. Who should be on the pod. All kinds of stuff. So we want to hear it all. We want all the suggestions. So thank you guys for being here every week. Again, on the Insta or on TikTok, Best of Bias as well. Anywhere Best of Bias, you see Growly, you see the bear with the glasses on, that's me. Holla at me. Let me know if you want to be on the pod too, because I'm always looking for guests to join for season 4. So again, thank you guys for being here. Enjoy NFL this weekend. Go Oregon. Go whoever your favorite team is, unless it's Ohio State, Detroit Lions, the Saints, Falcons. Sorry, I want y'all to lose every single game y'all play. But everybody else, love y'all. Enjoy the weekend. Thank y'all for clicking play. Because again, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me on this podcast. The Best of Bias Podcast. That wasn't as good as the Best of Bias. But anyways, y'all have a good one. Where that theme song at is right here. Season 4. Hey, yeah. Episode 259 in the books. We out here.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. Yeah.